Oh, it looks like you caught me reading a book about ESPN. Recently, I discovered my love for reading, and I encourage you all to read too. Whether you learn about the world you live in real world nonfiction, or you discover a fantasy world in a fiction book. Whatever it is, I just encourage everyone to read. Just kidding, I'm gonna let strangers over the internet ask me questions only for them to hear the answer 2 months later. It's time for Ask Jackeltron 2021. So anyway, let's begin. Is your intro audio from Macintosh Centris? No. On July 14th, I let the world ask whatever they wanted from me, only for me to not answer until August 14th, 2021, and to not let them even see it until September 18th, 2021. So I'm going to begin with all of Dax09's questions, since he has the yearly goal of using every submission method. If you had to stop using Android, would you use an iPhone, Windows Phone, some KaiOS phone, or some flip phone? None. I'd use a BlackBerry. I would probably use an iPhone, but I wouldn't really want anything older than the X. Do you care about how many views or subs you have? Like, would you stop making content if your views dropped a ton or something? Probably not, because right now my views are skyrocketing because of a specific video. Like, why did it have to be the Just Dance video of blinding lights? Why couldn't it be the Navy SEAL JML video, or 2.6, or Quora memes, or that terrible Mario Kart shortcut? Another thing is that if I quit YouTube, I'd probably be bored out of my mind because I wouldn't have anything to do. What tech do I have? Alright, here we go. 4 TVs, 2 phones, 2 Fire tablets, 4 laptops, 2 webcams, 3 microphones, a Wii Mini, a Wii U, a Nintendo Switch, a 2DS XL, 2 Amazon Echoes, a smart alarm clock, and if it counts, an oven. Is this a yearly thing you'll do? Most likely, but the 1 year that the question submissions just go down to the toilet, that'll probably be the last year I do Ask Jackeltron. So now it's up to you, the viewer, if you want to see this series continue. What is your dream home design, I guess? I'm running out of questions. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, an OU man cave, a room dedicated to weather radios, and white hotel towels. Yeah, you gotta have the white hotel towels. Pete, wake up. Opinion on the Big Bang Theory complete series DVD box set. I mean, it's a great series, though the DVD box set is kind of expensive. I mean, if you're just desperate to watch the Big Bang Theory, just watch it on HBO Max or something. Question 1. Is this Oklahoma's year to win a championship? I love their new power rate offense. Rattler has a lot more experience now, and Lincoln Riley is a very innovative coach. Long story short, Alabama still exists, so no. I have a feeling that it's just going to be another year where we get into the playoffs as a number 4 seed and then lose to either Clemson or Alabama, because that seems to be happening every year now. Question 2. Could the air raid types of offenses in the Big 12 be the dominant reason why Big 12 defenses haven't looked as strong as other conferences? Before COVID, games were like shootouts in the 40s and 50s of points. I'm thinking the cause was from the pass-heavy air raid types of offenses that most Big 12 teams will end up scoring / getting stopped too quickly for their defense to catch a break. In the Big 10, where most teams run a lot, more time will be spent per drive, whether it was a success or not, which means that defenses were able to fully regain their strength and energy. Alabama still exists once again, so yes. Can I have mod or admin? I manage 3 servers and ban anyone that abides against me. Please consider this off, my lord. Sincerely, Robum, #5444. At Robum, he's gonna say no. Sincerely, Daxo09, #5969. It was literally a server that was gonna stay up for 3 weeks and then I would ban everyone and expire the invite. Answer me, I just did. Peter, what do you say? He's confused. First, guess what? You weren't. Obama God wants to know if I am his dad. No! 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 Favorite foreign food? Mexican. In my opinion, you have not had Mexican food if you haven't rolled up a tortilla and then dipped it in cheese. And that's when you truly have Mexican food. Who do you think is winning the College Bowl? Once again, Alabama still exists, so Alabama. Oh, the trivia thing. So I just finished watching the qualifying rounds, and I personally think that USC will win the College Bowl. Arlette didn't want to ask anything, but rather just say hello. Thoughts on Oklahoma and Texas being in the SEC? I think it would definitely have an impact on our rankings in the AP poll and most certainly in the college football playoff. Especially since we don't really have a chance to win the SEC championship because once again, Alabama still exists. Storm Spotter Eric wants to know if I'm planning to add any other weather radios to my collection, and if so, which ones I am considering. I'm actually going to split this question into two parts, into ones that I want and to ones that I'm considering buying. Obviously in the wants section, black and silver WR100, the Spark TXD, the Spark SHD TX2 because it would be really great for DXing out of state. I would also like the Recom R500 because of course you can only really get it on Amazon for $150. I would also like the I Love IMM183 so I can give it to a friend. You know who you are. As for radios I'm considering, I'm thinking about getting another WR400 since I killed my last one. The Radio Shack 1200991 so I can DX WXL48 and Enid without getting a jump scare. I've also been considering the Zone Guard Plus, which is kind of weird considering I already have the white Zone Guard, as well as the Radio Shack 12521, which is also weird because I have the Radio Shack 12262, as well as the 12519 and the Sangean CL100. This next one is actually a rejected question from last year because he didn't send it in time. How many siblings do you have? None. Who is Joe, the president? What's your ceiling and floor for Oklahoma and Texas this year? In case you're wondering what the ceiling and floor means, the ceiling is the best case scenario for a team, and the floor is the worst case scenario for a team. For OU, I think the ceiling would most certainly be 12-0, but if not that, then 11-1. We've had a history of screwing up at least one game every year, but this year I'm feeling confident for OU. I think the floor would be 8-4, but I don't see that as likely because, of course, Spencer Rattler now has more experience that he gained in the offseason. Now for Texas, and I promise these are not biased answers. The ceiling would probably be 10-2, and that's only if Steve Sarkisian along with Casey Thompson can really shape up Texas. And I think the floor would be 6-6 if they just ended up screwing up Texas. Because that's what happened with Baylor when Dave Aranda became their head coach, since he was a defensive coordinator for LSU in their 2019 national championship season. Both Baylor and LSU got screwed last year, but of course for LSU it was mostly because of the fact that they were losing their star quarterback Joe Burrow. So maybe Texas might not get screwed this year, but of course since Alabama still exists, they probably won't have a lower record just because Devontae Smith is in the NFL and Steve Sarkisian is now in Texas. You have a girlfriend, or was that a joke? I don't see any girlfriend unless... Peter, is there something you're not telling me? Peter? 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 Do you stream on your Twitch anymore, or was that abandoned? I've been thinking about streaming on Twitch again to like build a presence on Twitch and not just on YouTube. But back then I had a really slow program called Restream.io, which would stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But the problem is that there was better quality on Twitch than YouTube, when I would rather have it the other way around. How tall am I? I'm about 5'3", but to put it in plain English for you, I am 14 pieces of bread tall. Surprisingly, what I assume is just one guy put a bunch of questions on my Google form, which I really hope is one of my friends, and if not, I'm gonna be very concerned. Do you have a girlfriend? I already answered that, or you can just flip the name in question. Yes wants to know. Yes. Mr. A wants to know if I like Linux. I don't use Linux, but I would say that I would like it because, of course, from a programmer's perspective, you know, you can use... What? But I would say that I like it, especially if you're a programmer. Apple or Android? Android, because you can put your subscriber count on the home screen, among other things. Where do you live? Now, I did get permission to say this, and I live in a small town called... Are you alive? Yes. Probably. Are you dead? No. Maybe. In case I was dead, they put RIP. E. This is not one, but 2 times they just put absolutely nothing and submitted it. Are you the Windows kid? No. Definitely not. Why is this in my recommended? I don't know. Get better recommendeds, like the Navy SEAL JML video. Why am I asking so many questions? Because it gives me content. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. What's your Wi-Fi password? It's... I'm outside your house. If you're this rock, then yes. Temperature. Later. Have you murdered anyone? Later. Do you have any pets and adopt me? I actually do not play adopt me because I'm not a 9-year-old little girl. Did you see my name? You literally put nothing. Windows, Mac, or Linux? I use Windows, and I personally think it's better because it's the easiest to use. Hi, Mr. Ultron. Can you please give me a shout out? Okay. What is my name? This. Will you delete your older videos? I would actually like to keep them for archival reasons. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. I saw the video and forgot to comment. I'm late. P.S. It's 2 a.m. Pray for your sanity while reading this. Not all of these are questions. I apologize in advance. You're welcome. Not a good start. Hello, how are you? I'm okay. Show me Pete. Now, that was a question and a threat. Consider yourself Quentin. P.S. That was my attempt at a pun. Remind me to never try it. Humor again. Still a threat, though. Alright. Here he is. Please growl at me. You're supposed to growl at me. What is the current temperature outside? Alexa, weather.
It's 75 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly clear skies.
75 degrees. Dogs or cats? Dogs. Why do ads exist? They really suck. You gotta make money somehow. What's your current favorite song/songs? Once again, I don't really exactly have a favorite song because I like to listen to a bunch of different ones. Favorite artist/band? It's still Earth, Wind, and Fire. Speaking of artists, can you draw? Well, I made this one diagram showing how radio works. You see, we have the radio tower that's running on 88.5 megahertz, also known as 88.5 FM. That tower spews out radio waves, and if you have a radio on 88.5, you get the waves that the tower is sending. Do you like reading books? Yes, in fact, I have a bunch of them on my Amazon wishlist. Pete, don't go. Pete, don't go. Pete, please stay here. Thank you. The catch is that they're books about television, but hey, they're books. Be honest, have you murdered someone before? It depends if a weather radio is a person, but otherwise, no. What's your dream job? It's still a filmmaker with Nintendo New York as a backup. What college/university do you want to go to? I haven't decided yet. Disney Plus or Netflix? Most certainly Disney Plus, because if I were to go onto Netflix, it would just be a bunch of shows that I'm not really interested in. But of course, my mom hasn't changed my parental controls to PG-13 yet. Like, I'm currently on my Netflix page, and shows like Fuller House, Alexa and Katie, iCarly, Victorious, Henry Danger. It's just stuff like that. So yeah, Disney Plus. What's your favorite word? Bad or good? Tell. I went through 5 minutes just thinking of what my favorite word could be, but I never thought of one. Will I become a serial killer? I genuinely hope not. Thoughts on murder? I am murderphobic. Question break.
Friendship is magic. I used to wonder what friendship could be.
Should I ever continue slowly shattering? Yes. Speaking of self-written books, is your book still going? No, it flopped and no one will ever hear about it ever. Happy birthday on the day this is premiering. I remember. I don't remember much. Thank you, and now I'm gonna remember. Thank you, and the day this premieres, I'll be prepending. Thank you, and I'm preparing for my braces to get tightened 2 days after this premiere, so how fun. Do you hate TikTok with a burning passion? I wouldn't say it's a burning passion, but I dislike it. When will the sun explode? Apparently 5.5 billion years. I'm no genius on age, but you and me will both be... I'm no genius on age, but you and me will both be dead by the time that happens. Can you play Scribblio again? That was fun. It was fun. Maybe we can do that soon. Research what fairy comments are and use them in an argument. Fairy comments are sort of mean messages that you leave under someone's post on TikTok. They start off with sweet and appreciative words alongside heart, fairy, or star emojis, but then take an unexpected turn with a series of puns, jokes, and mean comments. Hey Pete, you have black fur and I have red fur, which is more uncommon, which means that I'm more special. Take that, Peter. Do you play Minecraft? I've played it, but I don't play it. Have you eaten water before? I mean, I've drank it. Thoughts on bird's nest soup? It kinda looks disgusting. Have you ever gone to a cave? It's fun, try it. There are barely any caves in Oklahoma. Have you stolen anything before? I want to say that I might have, but I can't exactly think of what it was. And by me stealing, I'm not talking about shoplifting or anything. Make brownies. If I were to make brownies, I'd be dead. Have a staring contest with Pete. To make this even, we'll begin when he blinks next. I win. What are your future videos? I read comments, I look at old videos, and it's just clips from the previous 4 episodes. Are aliens real? I'm not a big believer of things like aliens live at Area 51, but mostly because I don't really care. Have you summoned a demon before? It's fun, try it. No, and I think I'll pass. Translate this, which translates to sometimes murder is okay, remember that. Have you ever eaten sand? No. What about sunscreen? No. What's your favorite kind of food? Example, Italian, Korean. American. What's the color of your toothbrush? It's green. Show me a singular goldfish cracker. We do not have any. When was the last time you went outside? Earlier today around 4 p.m. I'm going to make an exit now. Farewell. Happy birthday. It's 3 a.m. And with that, I am going to end Ask Jackeltron 2021. Ask Jackeltron 2022 will be premiering September 17th, 2022, so be sure to stick around for that. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Say goodbye, Peter. Goodbye, Peter. Shut up, Mom. And in case you're wondering why it took me so long to release this, this is why. Just look at all of this.